Hello and welcome to my updated Unreal Engine 4 blockout for my temple level. I'm going to keep my old video up just so we can have some comparisons for what I've done. From feedback from Rhoda, one of the things that she wanted to see was limiting the amount of levels that I have, like floors on the outside, and decorating out here a little more. So I've gone for added more stairways. I've added these little archways underneath as well, so you don't have to walk sort of through the stairs, so to speak. It gives it a little bit more depth and a little bit more sort of intrigue. I've just popped a few kind of interesting blocks out and a few sort of broken down meshes and stuff like that, just to give it a bit more interest. Just make it, interesting to walk around for players to explore. I have a large sphere that had sort of fall off here, again just to kind of age the building a little bit. It makes it a little difficult to explore, but quite interesting. And I've just added a few columns on the exterior of here just to again make it a little bit more interesting. Flashlight is still in place, and this area is the initial drop down point, which is quite cool. A bit of depth here that kind of allows for a more interesting sort of interaction for the players. It gives it a sense of scale, and it gives them a sense of, like, when they look down, obviously they'll come down via this cable or by a rope or a grappling hook of some kind usually, but for this purpose they drop down. And as they'll move slowly, they'll see sort of as the room kind of opens up before them, which will be quite interesting, I thought. We'll start here. This is the initial puzzle room as before. I haven't done any redecorating in here. I have slowed the doors down as I said I would do before, just to kind of make it feel a little heavier, give that sort of sense that there's a little bit more weight behind them. Same with this one as well, which allows me to grab this little pickup here. So yeah, it just adds a little bit more weight to it. I haven't changed anything in terms of the decor in here. I felt that it was sort of had enough sort of interesting spots that could be filled out at a later date. Again, this area around here, similar, nothing has changed. It's kind of still this sort of broken down room here with a few meshes in to have a look of like dilapidation and stuff. Thought that'd be quite helpful to have. And this room, again, no changes here, but worth exploring anyway. A few platforms over a spike pit that the player will need to jump over. And there's a broken off platform here that has fallen, in fact, into the spike pit. There's a beam across here that players can sort of throw a grappling hook over, or we could leave the rope here for them to swing onto, depending on how mechanics were put into this. But for now, we've just got this red platform that you can get over and sort of grab the artifact here. The artifacts at the minute are literally just spinning boxes. I feel like that's sufficient. Again, this little platform is here just because it's a bit of a leap there, and I wanted to possibly add, like when the sort of grab and climb mechanic was added, that would give it a kind of sense of actually like jumping from place to place, and gives it a bit more heft for the players. I'll just head over to this room. This is the same. Again, doors are slower moving, but there's the collect the artifacts to place in the obelisk, and we've got 2 at the moment, and we just need to run to the end room to grab the 3rd. That was louder than I was expecting, but yes, as per request of Rhoda, I sort of edited the box trigger for this to be a bit smaller, so it's a bit more on player encroaching, and I added just the shot from when you shoot your gun, the normal first person. I did pitch shift it, but I'm not sure how that's affected it. But I thought that just added a little bit more kind of the player affecting the feeling of the player affecting the environment. Same, we've got a nice small corridor here, as we've seen before, and this kind of loosely decorated final puzzle room that you would solve whatever puzzle on this table and this back panel would open up. That would give you the key to access this locked room here. This locked room which has the swinging axes. I've kept the swinging axes exactly the same. I haven't changed the speed on those. I felt like they are sufficient. I think they have enough heft behind them that it feels quite realistic. Again, really good at travelling here now, so able to do it in one shot. Let's see if I can make it back in the same way. Oh, just. So yeah, we've added the same, just a few sort of updates from where I last stated, just on the door and sounds and kind of just giving it a little bit more of a feel. And yeah, now we've got all three of them. We can open this obelisk. This again moves quite fairly slowly rather than quickly as it did before. And yeah, from here the player would descend into another layer of the temple, and that could be, you know, treasure in there or undead zombies or something. But I thought for the initial opening, to give it a sense of environmental danger, a lot of people would get this far. Say like random explorers would get this far, maybe not through this door, but they'd make it a fair distance, but they probably wouldn't make it down to the next levels. But yeah, that's all I have to show now. So thank you very much for watching.